You are sitting at your desk. The work is right in front of you, the clock is ticking, and inside your head, you are screaming at yourself to just start. But your body absolutely refuses to move. Your arms and legs feel incredibly heavy, like someone poured lead into your veins. You want to take action, but it feels as though an invisible physical force is pinning you to your chair. You likely call yourself a procrastinator. You tell yourself you lack discipline, you're lazy, and ultimately that you are just failing at basic life tasks. This is when you try the advice peddled by internet gurus. Wake up at 4 a.m., take a cold shower, or just hustle harder. But when you are trapped in this specific physical state, pulling the covers off your feet feels like summiting Mount Everest. This state is a biological reality, a temporary paralysis triggered by an ancient survival mechanism. Your nervous system is responding to perceived danger by locking its own doors. Scientists call this state functional freeze or dorsal vagal shutdown. Your nervous system has detected a threat so overwhelming that it has made an autonomous executive decision to cut the power and shut down all non-essential functions. When this lockdown occurs, the conscious part of your brain is no longer in the driver's seat. Trying to logic your way out of it or brute force your way into working is a critical error. Standard productivity advice can act as a physiological poison in this moment, overstimulating an already paralyzed system and deepening the freeze. Dr. Stephen Porges' polyvagal theory explains that when our bodies perceive a severe, inescapable threat, they bypass our conscious thoughts and automatically pull the emergency brake. Leading researchers like Dr. Bessel van der Kolk have shown that prolonged stress forces a specific nerve pathway into a state of total immobilization. Think of a deer cornered by a lion in the wild. When the animal realizes it cannot run and cannot fight, its body goes completely numb. It plays dead to minimize the physical pain of an attack. Modern life has replaced the lion with deadlines, overflowing inboxes, and persistent anxiety. To your nervous system, the threat feels just as existential. Biologically, you are sitting in a car with your foot slammed on the gas. That is your anxiety screaming at you to work, while your nervous system has locked down the brake. The engine is roaring and the parts are straining, but the car isn't moving. All your energy is burned up in that violent internal friction, leaving you entirely exhausted even if you haven't typed a single word. This anatomical map shows the vagus nerve connecting your gut, chest, and brainstem. 80% of its data surges upward to your brain. Only 20% moves down. Physical dread creates a relentless alarm, completely overwhelming any logical thoughts you try to send down. Attempting to fix this with caffeine or intense mental pressure only causes the metaphorical engine to overheat, deepening the numbness. To break the paralysis, you must stop arguing with your mind and start speaking directly to your nervous system through physical actions. Accessing your capacity for focus and action requires a baseline of biological safety. Friedrich Nietzsche described the primal human drive to overcome resistance as the will to power, an energy that only becomes available once the body's alarm systems are deactivated. You can deactivate those alarms by utilizing the mammalian dive reflex. Plunge your face into a bowl of ice-filled water. This cold exposure shocks the system, dropping your heart rate instantly. By tricking the body into thinking it is diving underwater, you regain control over your energy reserves. You can also utilize bilateral stimulation. During a shutdown, the left and right hemispheres of your brain stop communicating effectively. A rhythmic 10-minute walk can reconnect them. The alternating left-right movement of your feet signals to the trapped body that you are actively moving forward, breaking the physical illusion of being stuck. Staring at a screen creates tunnel vision, an ancient signal to the brainstem that you are tracking a predator. Widening your gaze to the horizon tells your nervous system that the environment is safe. Research from the Karolinska Institutet shows that 5 minutes of low-frequency humming increases nitric oxide production by 15 times, dilating your blood vessels. The physical vibration of humming literally massages the vagus nerve in your throat, forcing the internal alarm bells to turn off. You can also use the physiological sigh, popularized by Stanford research. 2 quick inhales through the nose, followed by 1 long exhale through the mouth, pops open collapsed air sacs in your lungs. These targeted, scientifically validated inputs provide a direct manual override to your biology, rapidly altering blood chemistry and crashing cortisol levels in seconds. Your goal is not a stress-free life, but a resilient nervous system, one with the heart rate variability of a high-end sports car suspension that absorbs massive potholes without losing its balance. Highly productive people still enter shutdowns. The difference is they understand their body's language and use these biological tools to bounce back in minutes rather than days. Your body is not your enemy. It was just trying to protect you. Drop the guilt. Get up, splash cold water on your face, and break the invisible chains of the functional freeze.